I am Johnny Massacre and welcome to my world. Breaking news. Early voting has begun in the United States of America and Donald Trump is surging in the polls. Out of nowhere, late in the day, suddenly Donald Trump's poll numbers are blowing up. They're exploding skyward like a Tesla rocket, bruv. Not the NASA variety. Let's look at the news. Who is with me? Give me a hell yeah! So X is blowing up right now with news about Donald Trump's poll numbers surging across multiple reliable polls. And the numbers are insane. So according to Election Wizard on X, during the first day of early in-person voting in Nevada, Republicans crushed Democrats by nearly a 2-1 margin, including in Clark County, Las Vegas. So I first came across this news of Donald Trump surging in the polls late in the day, out of nowhere, from Depressed Ginger on X, who said Republicans are winning the Georgia early vote right now, 49 percentage points to 46. But the news just gets better and better and better. Eric Doherty is doing God's work. This guy is breaking all the news of Donald Trump's resurgence in the polls. And he says, breaking. Donald Trump now the 93.2% favorite to win the election under the most recent national polling. He highlights a stat that says Trump is the favorite in the 2024 election under the latest national polling, Real Clear Politics polling average, and corresponding Silver Bulletin Electoral College odds. Electoral College win probability now, according to Eric, is 93.2% compared to 6.4% for Democrats. Donald Trump is going absolutely nuts in the polls. Eric Doherty goes on. He says, breaking. For the first time since Kamala Harris entered the race, every battleground state, which are the states you have to win the presidency, is shaded red in Polymarket. Polymarket are polls that are based on how much money people are betting on someone to win. You don't mess around when you're betting your own money. So some people are saying these are the most reliable polls there are. So according to Polymarket, that's 312 electoral votes for Donald Trump. And that would make him the winner of the 2024 presidential election. Look at these numbers. They're absolutely insane. Suddenly, late in the day, Donald Trump is surging. He's absolutely surging, bruv, like that Tesla rocket we just mentioned. According to OSZ on X, he says in 2024, this is insane. So Nevada, Clark County early voting in 2024 had Democrats at 44%. At the same time, in 2020 had Democrats up by 44%. At the same time in 2024, they're down to 37%. And Republicans in 2020, at this stage, were up only 37%. But now in 2024, they're up 49%. They're up 18 percentage points. So early voting, Republicans are absolutely crushing it in Clark County, Nevada. Way more than the Democrats were in 2020. Those numbers are just insane. They are nuts, bruv. Out of nowhere, Trump is coming through at the final turn, bruv. Check this out. Bear Flag Fan. More news about Trump's late surge in the polls in the 2024 presidential elections. Bear Flag Fan says if Trump wins Nevada, he also likely wins Arizona, Philadelphia, and all of the swing states. It would look like this. Democrats 226, Republicans 312. All of the swing states could be heading to Donald Trump. Check this one out. Another poll from Eric Doherty. New electoral map based on Atlas Intel. Another poll. Full ballot polling. Trump wins 286 electoral college votes to Harris's 252. All of the swing states for Trump. Could it be that Trump is actually pulling away? Could it be? These numbers I was not expecting. I was not expecting at all. According to the America 3, Nevada State Week, Week 1 early voting, Republicans 52% to Democrat 28%. This is astonishing. Johnny Banana on X says, Polymarket odds after yesterday. Trump, look at the numbers. All of a sudden, late in the day, Trump is he's pulling away. He's pulling away, bruv. He's pulling away. Like a geezer out of his Saturday night date when she tells him all the body count that she's racked up over the years over in Portland. Eric Doherty with more news. Now we go over to North Carolina. He says, breaking in an unprecedented development, North Carolina Republicans have taken the lead in early voting. The Democrats led the in-person early vote both in 2022 and 2020, but in 2024, the Republicans are leading. Major GOP turnout. We've got Republicans at 34.94% and Democrats at 34.84%. Republicans 0.10% ahead. In North Carolina, it's happening all over the place. Now, this is an interesting poll. TIPP National Polling Trends. Why? Because they were an A+ poll in 2020. TIPP National Polling Trends had Biden up plus 4 percentage points, and they were very accurate, and he ended up winning by a very similar margin. And our TIPP is now reporting that the Trumpster is up. So check this out. Only 4 days ago, my friends, on October the 16th, Harris led Trump by 4 percentage points, 50 to 46. But 4 days later, Trump is now up 49 to 47%, 2 points ahead. October the 20th. Keep that date in mind, right? Now we go back to the same date 4 years ago in 2020. And as Andrew Fisher on X points out, this was an A+ poll consistently showing Biden leading Trump by 4 points from October the 20th until election day. So TIPP, A+ poll, if they're right again, Trump's ahead, and it's looking bad for the camel toes, bruv. The dusty camel toes. So Trump is pulling away. Eric Doherty says new. The odds of Republicans winning the presidency, House and Senate, trifecta mother crushers, are now the highest since July. Before Biden dropped out of the race, that would mean a Trump trifecta in 2025. This is again Polymarket stats. So that means that Trump's polls are now better than when Biden flopped after the Trump debate, according to Polymarket, where people are really betting their money. That's how they stopped all the fraud on Twitter. They made people pay a subscription fee because fraudsters won't pay any money. So fraudulent polls are obviously in the kind of place where people aren't financially invested in it. But if your own money's on, you're not going to lie. You're not going to say like Trump's going to win because I like Trump, even though I don't think he's going to win, and I'm going to lose money. So Polymarket polls have to be at least very accurate indeed. And they're predicting a trifecta. Jesus Christ. Presidency, House and Senate. Can you imagine that? According to ABC News, the early vote shows a 10-point swing. ABC News, this is behind enemy lines, bruv. A 10-point swing towards Republicans in the battleground states. Lot of mercy. Lot of mercy is all I can say. Oh, Lord of mercy. New national poll from Eric, Atlas Intel. Trump 51, up 3 percentage points to Camel Toes 48%. OSZ says Nevada rural early vote. We've got Republicans up plus 65 percentage points, which is just nuts. Election Wizard says breaking. Harris's lead in the RCP average has dropped to just 0.9. On this day in 2020, Biden was leading by 8.6. On this day in 2016, Hillary was leading by 6.4. Camel toe now just 0.9. Trump with the late surge, baby. That late surge. So there you go. Something is actually happening here. Something is happening. So I had to tell you about it because I've been watching this shit for the last couple of weeks. And I didn't feel like anything was really worthy of news. Just sitting here, waiting for something relevant, and it has come along, my friends. It has come along. So, what do you think about that? Do you trust the polls? Do you trust the people who are betting money on the polls, or do you think that it doesn't matter what the polls say? You swallowed that black pill, and the outcome is going to be the same regardless of these numbers. After all this excitement, I'm gonna regurgitate some of my black pill that I've been digesting for the last 4 years, and I have to say that I have been telling everybody out there that no matter what happens, they're gonna stay this election with Ord Frey in November. I saw what happened in 2020. The FBI sat on Hunter Biden's laptop for 3 years. They knew what was on it and they did not release that to the public. And then when it got leaked and it came out, they tried to throw everyone who was in possession of it in jail for having the truthful information. And 51 intelligence agency officers, some of whom are still at the highest echelons of the US government, signed a letter saying that was fake. All of those people are in charge of investigating election fraud this time around, and those same organizations are suing various states who want to purge illegals from voter rolls. And still, Epstein, the most prolific paedophile pay in history, is in jail. His madame, who supplied him with all the clients, is in jail, and not one of the clients who he aped Ray has been named or found or put into jail. And the intelligence agencies were responsible to investigate them as well, those people. So obviously the political elite are compromised and are on Epstein's list. And if they're protecting these criminals and Aisle Che apist rays, they're obviously just protecting their side at all costs, and they have no morals and they just want to maintain power. Those people in charge of investigating any fray in this upcoming election, excuse me if I don't have that high hopes for what's coming. I think I know what's coming. It's been an inexorable march towards tyranny in the last 20 years. Globalism has taken hold everywhere. Gee, I wonder why all the major first world Western governments, Germany, France, England, all of them at the same time are pushing the same globalist policies. It's almost as if they're paid off by billionaire activists whose agenda is advertised by the NGOs and adopted wholesale by governments. Remember, governments are run by people just like me and you, and they are as corruptible as anybody else, you and I included, if offered a lot of money. I've seen the trends worldwide. It's their time. It's their fucking time. They've got every single major university in the death grip of Marxism. They've got every single video game compromised. Look what they took from us. We can't have any entertainment without being reminded of the politically correct leftist, globalist, socialist, communist message 24/7. They've got all of media, all of entertainment, all of education. Do you think at this stage, this late in the day, with just Donald Trump standing between them and victory, they're going to relinquish their vice grip and say, do you know what? Fuck it. We're going to allow this one to go through and let the people have the vote. Do you think they're going to relinquish that grip this late in the day when one more term of these leftist mother crushers in Congress will ruin America and therefore world freedom forever? Do you think they're going to give that up? I don't think so. But nevertheless, you can't let these communists demoralize you. If I was American, I'd be out there voting right now. All I can do is fucking pray to God, because at this stage it is in God's hands. So I pray to God, and I just pray for all of you out there watching this who are lovers of liberty and just want to be left the hell alone by the government to be free and indulge in the free market and, you know, feed yourself and your family and children and make a good life for you all. I pray for you all as well, and I hope that these bungling buffoons who couldn't connect one person with a $40+ billion internet bill will get a heavy slice of karma come November, trying to ixfay and eelstay something of an order of that magnitude. I'm hoping that just theory of relativity means an equal and opposite reaction will come crashing down hard on their face, like Joe Biden's haul of Werther's original that he's got stashed in his basement. I hope the polls that we're seeing now are accurate. I really, really hope. But these numbers look really good, and people are afraid of professing their support for Donald Trump because they know by the climate of the climate, cultural climate, which has been created by the media, has added so much societal pressure that if they do such a thing, they're going to be attacked, they're going to be shamed, their job might be in danger, they could lose friends, they could lose all these kind of things. So I think for those reasons, people are staying quiet more than ever. And maybe, I hope this is just a giant ukfe uye to the establishment right at the death. I hate early voting. It's fucking annoying because now if there is going to be any fray, all the people who are going to commit the fray are going to look at this and go, okay, that's how many numbers they've got there. Now we know exactly how many we need on election day with alien ballot maze. The thing is, if in a fair system, if the numbers are like this with early voting, it will be analogous across all voting mediums. It's not as if like everyone's going to vote Democrat with mail-in ballots. It's going to be analogous. If you're conducting an audit of something, you're going to see similar trends to every single medium. And so, therefore, if these trends continue, if they do try to commit Ordfray at the death, the numbers are going to look so bizarre come November. Do you remember that graph about op stay, the eel stay, where Trump had this nice kind of curved line and then Joe Biden like jumped it at the end? This time around, it's going to look like this if they try to do that. I've been screaming about this for years. I've been saving this huge dossier of X's on X of people saying it's going to be fine, the election is going to be fine, and I'm going to go through every single one when it's not, or if it's not, and I'm going to respond to those people. I'm going to say, don't be so trusting. Wake the hell up. I've got a huge dossier of people like saying this is going to be fine, and I've got like hundreds of bookmarks about the whole shape of this election, which we can look back on afterwards if Trump loses, and we can see like how sketchy this whole thing's been. I've got all the data. I've got all the signs pointing towards like Trump doing well, all the media appearances and failures by Kamala Harris, all the terrible numbers of her administration. I was speaking to my Japanese mate today, and he doesn't really know a hell of a lot about American politics, but even he knew. He said, why would anyone not vote for Trump? You've had a terrible economy for the last 4 years. Inflation is through the roof. Like the prices of just basic things are insane. People can't like living paycheck to paycheck. All your money just disappears as soon as it comes in. Trump was already really good when he was in office. Why would you not vote him in? And I could only say, yeah, you'd have to be insane. You'd have to be an insane person. But I explained to him, leftism is Marxism. It's a Marxist system. They're all about equity. That's about taking things from productive people and giving it to people who are unproductive. And that's their system. That's what they're offering. And all it comes down to with them is, well, therefore, because it's a Marxist system, it's a religious system. Because Karl Marx created communism as a religion. He was a theologian. He was an idiot. If you read any stuff he does, it's just rambling nonsense of psychobabble. He was a lazy, diseased idiot, and his goal was simply to make a religion to subvert all the other religions. That's why people will vote for Kamala Harris. There's literally no other reason at all. There's no other reason. It's a religion. It's like, this is our religion, this is our cult, and Trump he's like the devil. He's the other. He's not part of our cult. He's not part of our religion. Like, let's go burn that heretic. That's all it comes down to, is like us versus them. It's pure tribalism. They created that whole climate in America. And that's the only reason anyone would vote for Kamala. It's out of tribalism. And it's where you're such a godless person and you're so desperate looking for survival and to find a way to alleviate your anxiety. You're just going to put it all in the hands of this one person to save you. Humans have an instinct to find a leader and to follow. And the best leader to follow is God, because God isn't going to like steal your money or hoodwink you or trick you. It's a higher power. But to these people, their God is like government. So that's the only reason they would vote for someone like that. I just simply cannot see any other reason. So let's hope that there aren't enough brainwashed people to bring about the apocalypse in November. And that's even if the election is above board. There was a really, really good bookmark, if I can find it, way down, where someone compares what the Democrats are offering and what Republicans are offering. And the Democrats are offering Trump is bad, like Trump is Hitler. That's all they have. They're not actually offering anything. The only things they're offering is to raise your taxes and to spend more money when inflation is already really huge. And if you spend more money, inflation will increase in a directly proportionate amount. The more the government spends, the more prices of things go up. See if I can find this awesome meme. While I'm looking for it, if you want to donate, I'd be very happy about it. We've made a grand total of $0 this month. Actually, we did have a few from the patrons, so I will read you out on the next episode. But streamlabs.com/Johnny Massacre, patreon.com/Johnny Massacre, paypal.me/give me a hell yeah. I can't make these episodes without your donations. Otherwise, I have to make money another way to pay the bills. So, of course, if you're enjoying it, I'd appreciate your donation. And I don't say it at the beginning. Don't want to bug you with that. But just being real, you know, I always really appreciate your support. Looking for this meme, bruv. Looking for this. Oh, here it is. I thought this was so good. Encapsulating everything I've just ranted about. It shows you like what the Republicans are offering. The Republicans are offering free enterprise, secure borders, honest elections, real journalism, ethical judiciary, civil rights, moral standards, personal liberty. You could also add lower taxes. You could also add world peace. You could also add no wars. You could also add energy independence. You can also add like anti-censorship and free speech. You can add so many goddamn things for that. You can also add like dismantling the corrupt intelligence agencies and streamlining the government with Elon Musk as the head of efficiency. You can add all of those things that they're going to give to you, or you've just got I hate Trump. Why would you vote for the Democrats? The only reason is if it's a religion. So I do see you in the comments, you lot.
Slub says evening.
Good evening.
Lonyolf36 says hey guys.
What's up, bruv?
Sam Dog says, we miss Sleepy Joe, he was funnier than this C.
Hahaha.
Slub says could be worse, you could have that cunt Starmer.
Okay.
Lonyolf36 says 100%.
He's actually, yeah.
Slub says seemingly they've been busing migrants into swing states lol. Lonyolf36 says so true. It's across the board. Sickness infected everything. Mark Hatfield says, I ran into President Trump at the laundromat. He seems pleased.
What was he washing? Okay. All right, everyone. So I just thought I'd show my face. So I haven't been here for a couple of weeks. I just have to make money to pay the bills, so I can't be here. So again, if you want more of me, please donate. Consider donating at least. And yeah, I've got a video, quite a cool video. So 2 weeks ago, there was a Palestine protest on October the 7th in the middle of Tokyo. And I just had enough because that's the date when children were murdered and women were aped, raped, and killed. And you decided to protest on that day in celebration and support of that. So I had enough. So they were shouting, end Israel, end Israel. So the communists are also out in Japan. There was a few Japanese people there. So I walked past filming it. The Japanese people looked really shy and timid, like they'd been roped into it by all these idiot foreigners, which are known as gaijin in Japan. The gaijin, the foreigners, were chanting it. So they were shouting, free Palestine. So I literally just started shouting, fuck Palestine, in the middle of a massive group of protesters. And of course, like they got really pissed off and started following me. But I started to get quite aggro with them. And I just said to them, what are you going to do? What are you going to do, you little beta cuck? You've never hit the bench in your life. I was looking at these people. It's typical cuttlefish, weak, beta, left-wing cuck who thinks he's going to get laid by hanging out in this kind of protest. He can't get laid any other way because he's got no redeeming features, but he wants to be some kind of savior and part of the cult.
Mark Hatfield says, good to see you. When you coming to the States?
I wanted to come for the election, but there's not enough donations, so I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm going to London in December. I would love to come to the States. I would fucking love it. I still don't know exactly where I'd be going, but probably Texas, New York, and somewhere else. My mate's in California. I reckon California would probably be a laugh, like the parties and stuff. I just need to find the Republicans, or I need to find the Trumpsters in California. I'm sure there's loads of them out there. There's got to be quite a few. Quite a few people vote for them out there, but not enough, as you know. So yeah, I'm gonna fade off now, and I'll be back as soon as I can. Everyone, fight!